we'll be seeing how do you print all the permutation of a string. What is the meaning of permutation of a string? It is like this. Okay. Imagine you have A, B, C, right? With A, B is attached. Now with A, I have to attach C. Remaining is B. A, B, C, A, C. Then B, A, C, B, C, A. Then C, A, B, C, B. As you can see, what we have done just now is we have taken a string and what and all are the possible permutations is possible, we have done it. Okay. Now I want you to first understand the difference between permutation and combination. Combination means, see, don't you think ABC is a combination and ACB is also the same combination. Okay. Don't think that this is a different combination, this is a different combination. Combination means the order is not important. Yes? Order is not important, but the elements are. So here also there is ABC, and in the last also there is ABC. Here also there is ABC. Yes or no? In each of the permutation, you have the same combination. So we are not talking about combination now. Okay, this is all of them are one combination. For example, in this string, is there ABC? Yes. In this string, is there ABC? Yes. Okay. But permutation, permutation means if you rearrange in what and all different way, we can get different characters, string. So that is a permutation, and today's program is with respect to this, and it is very simple once you understand it. Okay, it's not difficult. So let's see. Let's proceed. So first, let's imagine I have a main method. I have a main method. In the main method, I have a string S. I have a string S, which is equals to A, B, C. What I will do now is, I will give this string S, A, B, C to a method which will calculate the permutation of it. So this is a recursive program. Okay, and I have told you what is recursion. Recursion means, first of all, there should be a base condition. Then not only that, then it follows a set of rules again and again whenever it is called. Okay, whenever you call recursion, it will follow the same procedure. So what's the procedure now? Let's see. So what I will do is I will send this string S, to a method which will calculate the permutation. The name of the method is something like this. Okay, I'll call PERM. Okay, permutation I want to do, so I'll name that. Now this method, it will accept the first one is string S. It will accept. Yes, that is which string you have to find permutation of that string. And initially, did you find any permutation initially? No, right? No means what? It is empty string. Okay, this is what I like that. Why? Because wherever you are seeing empty string, in that location, I am going to store the answer. So I am going to pick from the string S and I have to store it in the empty string location. That is the thing. Okay. So from the string ABC, I have to pick one element and I have to give the result. Okay. So right now I don't have any result. That's the reason I am writing empty string. Why? Because here the result are going to come. That's it. My main method is over. My main method is over. My main method is finished. I am going to write perm method now. Tell me, is this perm method, is it returning anything? No. Void type it returns. Void I will write. Yes, method name is permutation, and don't think it accepts an empty string. It accepts an empty string. So what I will do is I will write, whatever it accepts, I have to store it in a variable. Okay, result of the type string. Of the type string. This is what I will tell. Now whatever empty string is there, it will be stored in a result. Now what is string S is there? Okay, string S is there. I will be stored in a variable. Okay, string S. This is what I will do. Whatever S is there, I will store it in this S. Next what? Next, before writing the method, right, let me explain you what we have to do. Okay, let me write the logic here. This side is the code, but if I directly write the code, you will not understand. Let me show you what actually happens now, what we have to do. Okay. So now don't you think someone has called a permutation method? Yes. So whenever I write this, this is a method call. What is that? That is a method call. Now inside that method we have two things. What we have is that someone called empty string and someone has passed A, B, C. Okay. Someone has given me a result. Initially result is empty. So empty string. And someone has told from where you have to get the result. I have to get the result from A, B, C. Okay. Now why I have put a circle there? To represent that it is a method call. Okay. So whenever this method is called, right, what we have to do? Whenever this method is called, now you have to do something. What is that? You have to think, you have to call one more method. Okay. Whenever this method is called, you have to call one more method. One more method you have to call. What you have to call is like this. You have to write a for loop. You have to write a for loop. So now don't you think, if this is a string, don't you think index is 0, 1 and 2? Index is 0, 1 and 2. So let me tell you like this. You have to call, okay, you have to call methods, okay, where the first method here, you have to call one more method. Inside a method call, you have to call one more method. That's the meaning of recursion. And you have to call the same method, in a permutation method only. Okay. So now I have, okay. Now you have to think like this. Okay, method is there, and I have called one more method. Now you have to select out of 0 index, 1 index and 2 index. You have to think what will happen if I select A next. What will happen if I select B next. What will happen if I select C. So like this you have to write a for loop now. Because don't you think first you have to select 0th index, then you have to select 1th index, then you have to select 2th index. So definitely there is a for loop here to access each and every character. So now you have to think, what if I select A? So A should be given to the previous result. And what is previous result? Empty string. What is empty string plus A? String A. What is empty string plus A? String A. So A should be given there as a result. If A is given, what else is remaining? BC is remaining. You have to write that BC here. Okay. Now don't you think, for this method you have selected A. If you select A, what else is remaining from the original string? Yes. If you select A, BC is remaining, right? Okay. Then for here your I value is 0 because you are writing a for loop now. Okay. When your I value is 0, you are putting 0th character to the result. 0th character to the result. Now don't you think in the for loop your I will become 1 also? Yes, your I will become 1. When your I becomes 1, okay, you have to call one more method. From this method you have to call one more method. Okay. And what should be that method? Okay. So tell me, what is the previous result? What is the result? Is the result A or is the result empty string? Result is empty string. Is it clear? Only if you go inside this method, then the result is A. But now tell me, are you inside this method or are you inside this method? You are inside this method. Means for this method, what is the result? Empty string only. So now you have to write, okay, previous result, that is empty string plus ith character. What is the ith character for this method? B. So empty string plus B is string B. Okay, so B you have taken. What are the characters other than B? A and C. So you have to write A and C here like this. A and C. Next, what will happen? Next, your for loop will run how many times? 3 times. What will happen if your I value is 2? Your for loop will run 3 times. Why? Because how many characters are there? 3 characters are there. If 3 characters are there, the program has to think, what will happen if I select the first character? What will happen if I select the second character? What will happen if I select the third character? It has to think. Yes, that's why if 3 characters are there, your loop should run 3 number of times. So let's see here, the third time it is calling a method. The third time it is calling a method. And in every time in a method, what should happen? Whenever you call a method, what should happen is the ith character. What's the ith character? What I value is 2. What's the second character? C. C should be added to the previous result. Can you tell me what's the previous result? It is not B, it is not A. Because you are not inside a method called as B. You are not inside a method called as C. You are inside a method called as A, B, C. Right? Yes. And for this, the previous is empty string. So empty string plus second character is string C. Okay, it is nothing but string C, like this, string C. Then what is then what you write? If you select C, then what is remaining here other than C? What is other than C? A and B. A and B. This is what you have write. Okay, and let me write it in a bigger way here. This is B, and this is A, C. Clear? Okay. So now let's trace this program. Now let's trace this method. Okay, whenever someone calls this method, what should happen? I will tell you. So first of all, what are the indexes for this method? For this method, whatever procedure you have done, the same procedure apply for this method also. Yes. Let me write the indexes 0 and 1, 0 and 1, 0 and 1. Okay. So whenever you call a method, what should happen? Whenever you call a method, the for loop should run the string length times. Here, what is the string length? 2. Don't you think the for loop will run for 0 and 1? Yes. Here we have a loop where when your I value is 0 here and your I value is 1 here. Okay, because whenever you call a method, a for loop will run for string length times. Since there are two characters from here, yes, I have to write a program to think what will happen if I select B, what will happen if I select C. Okay, this is what I write a program. Now, when I call a method, I have to call a method, right? I have to call a method now. So, B, the ith character, right? When I value is 0, right? When I value is 2, yes, 2th character should be added to the previous result. So when I value is 0, the ith character should be added to the previous result. Can you tell me for this method, what's the previous result? A, right? So here what we will write is like this. The previous result is A. What is the previous result? The previous result is A. Plus ith character is character B. What is A plus B? That is AB. Okay, AB. So now AB is the first parameter. What is the second parameter? Now you have to think. If you select B, what else is remaining? Yes, C is remaining. So write C as it is. Okay. Now you got to know that if you select B, this is the answer. Now you have to think. That A, B you have selected. Now you have select what? A, C means when I value is 1. When I value is 1, what you have to do? You have to select the ith character. What is the ith character? One of the character is C. C you have to select. But tell me, what's the previous result? The previous result. This method is called by whom? Here. So for this, the previous result is A. So you have to write AC. If you select C, what else is remaining? B is remaining. How to do this? I will tell you. How to write a program? I will tell you. Don't worry. First understand the logic here. This is what is happening. Now let's do the same thing here, right? Let's do the same thing here. So whenever this method is called, so this method will call one more method. So here for loop will run how many times? 2 times string length times. So here I value will be 0, then your I value will be 1. When your I value is 0, right? When your I value is 0, what should happen? When your I value is 0, you should access, it should hold what? The 0th character A. Okay, if you should hold the 0th character A. But this A should be added to the previous result, so it is BA. It is BA. If BA, okay, if BA you write, what else is remaining? Yes. If I write here BA, what else is remaining? C is remaining. Now, I have to call one more method. So, when I value is 0, I have selected 0th character. When I value is 1, I have selected 1th character. What is that? That is, I have selected C. But C should be selected with the previous result, that is B. So, B is right. If I write B, so what else is remaining? A is remaining. And the same thing goes here. Okay, it is very simple now. That is, here also there is I equals to 0. Right? I equals to 0. And I equals to 1. So when I value is 0, right? When I value is 0, we should select the 0th character A, but we should be adding the previous result C, like this. Then if you select A, B is remaining. B is remaining. Then what else is it? You want to select I equal to 1. What is one character? You want to select B. But the previous character is C. What else is remaining? A is remaining. Yes. Now again, don't you think this is also a method called? Yes. Now tell me, one for should run how many times? String length times. And what is string length here? 1. Right? Means index is 0. Agree? Index is 0. Index is 0. So when you call a method, right? When you call a method, now watch carefully. When you call a method, so this is called a method. And here I equal to 0 only because only one character is there. Oh, okay. When you write a for, when you execute a for loop, what should happen? What should happen is the ith character, right? The ith character should be given to what? Yes, sir. Ith should be added to that string. So now what happens is this is a method call, right? And what's the ith character? C. C is added to the previous result. What's the previous result? A, B. Okay? And if you give C, what else is remaining? Empty string is remaining. Empty, yes, sir. If you give C, empty string is remaining. Yes, one task is done. Okay? Now what happens is, here also, this method will call one more method. Yes. So, this method, right, when you call it, let's see, I'll write it. Now, if I select B to the, I have select B to the previous answer. So I have A, C, B, and if you give B here, what else is remaining? Empty string is remaining. Okay. Then let's see here. Okay. That I have B, A, and C. Right. So the previous answer is B, A, but if I select C, then what else is remaining? Empty string is remaining. Everywhere I is 0. Yes. Then one more string. BC is there, BC. I have to select A, right? Because there is only one selection possible now, because there is only one string. And what else is remaining? Empty string is remaining. Then from here, CAB. So what I'll get is I'll get a method called CAB. Then I'll pass empty string. Then finally here, the method called is CBA and empty string. Now, let's see. Don't you think this method is called again? Yes. So this is a method call, and this method will call one more method. How this method call this method? Yes, this method. So I have to. This method is called one more method, and right now, when this method is called, every time it will change. Don't you think it should stop now? Because is there anything to select now? No, there is nothing to select. If there is nothing to select, you have to tell answer is over. Now don't you think the answer is present in this location result? Yes. What I have written is when the string length is 0 means everything is selected. If the string length is 0, okay, whatever is in the result you print it. So right, system.out.print, what I will print? Result. So if I print result every time whenever the string length is 0, I'll get what? A, B, C. I'll get the answer, right? What I'll get? I'll get A, B, C. Right? Then here is a string length 0. Yes, then print the result ACB. It will print what? ACB. Here is a string length 0. Yes. The second parameter is 0, and the second parameter is nothing but the string S, right? It is string S. So if the string length is 0, you have to print the first parameter which is stored in the result. This is the base condition, because for every recursion there should be a base condition where you have to stop the recursion, and this is the place where you have to stop the recursion. So the base condition you have to write first. That I am writing here. Watch. If, right? If s dot length, if is equal to 0. If s dot length means the second parameter, right? The second parameter, if it is 0, then print the first parameter. That's why here I tell system.out.println. Print what? The first parameter result res. Base condition done. What if the string length is not 0, right? What if the string length is not 0? Then for this, if there is an else part, right? There is an else part. Now what we have done here is the string length, is it 0? No. No means only I called a perm method, yes. So let me call, in that case, else part, I have to call a perm method. But I have to call perm method, don't think, I have called a perm method, I have called a perm method, I have called a perm method inside a loop. Yes. So let me write one loop here. Okay. Let me write a for loop where int I I should start from 0. I is less than s dot length. I plus plus. I am writing it for loop now. I am writing it for loop. Why? Because I have to select the 0th character and call one method. I have to select the first character and call one method. Do you think the 0th character is added to the previous result? Yes. Here also you watch here, yes. Here as you can see, the 0th character A is added to the previous result. Yes. That's why what I will tell is I'll call a perm method. Right? Let me write it here. I'll call a perm method. I'll call the method for permutation. Where the ith character, yes, okay. The s dot, okay, I'll write here like this, the s dot caret of I, s dot caret of I, right? This character must be added to the previous result. Whatever this method has got, that result, res result. So result plus the character which I am selecting now. That is the first parameter. As you can see, I am selecting one character from the given string, first parameter. What is the second parameter here? That is other than the selected one. We have to write a string which is other than the selected one. And how do you write other than the selected one? We'll see later. But that's it. I'll close this for loop and I'll close this perm method. That's it. Okay? I hope you understood that what you have to write here, I will tell you. But did you understand what you have to write? We have to write other than the selected one. So I hope you have understood this. I want you to pause the screen and take a note of this if you want. Okay? Now let me write something. How do we tell other than the given string? Okay, that we will see. Here, let's imagine I have a string, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and index is also there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now imagine from this string I have taken D. So I want to keep D1 left side and other than D. What is other than D? A, B, C, E, F, G, H. So my question is, I have taken D, it is very easy to take D, but how do I get other than D? Right? How do I get other than D? Yes. Now don't even think of telling, sir, delete D from the given string. It is very easy to delete a character, but don't do that. Why? Because what if there are multiple D's? You are deleting all the D. So we can't do that kind of program. So if you don't want D, don't think you're telling nothing but this is substring plus this is substring. I hope it is clear. Okay. So if you don't want D, you're concatenating two substrings. Yes or no? A substring before D and a substring after D. And how do you get a substring before D? Is the question. Now imagine when your I value is 3, you have to select the third character. When your I value is 3, you have to select the third character. You have selected third character and given the result. And you have to pass other than third character. Other than third character means 0 to here. Right? Okay. Now how do I write a program for that? That is nothing but this is the first substring, second substring. Watch here. How do I get the second substring, right? And how do I get the first substring? Let's see. How to get the first substring? To get the first substring, you have to tell from the string is you want a substring. From zero. Okay? Till what? Till 2, from 0 to 2. But if you want to tell 2, you have to include 3 so that you will get to 2. Agree? Because here 3 is exclusive, right? 3 is exclusive. 3 is not included. It will include from 0 to 2 only. Yes, I want this. And what is this 3? That 3 is nothing but your I value. That substring, I have to add it with one more substring. S dot substring, what? Right? What? From 4 till the end. And what is 4? 4 is nothing but 3 plus 1. that is nothing but I plus 1 I will type. Because if I tell substring from I plus 1 is 4, from the 4 till the end I will get one substring. From the 4 till the end I will get one substring, and that is what I have to write here. Okay, this is what I have to write. What I have to write is like this: S dot substring from 0 to I plus S dot substring from I plus 1 till the end. Okay, so I will close this brackets. So this whole thing is a second parameter. Okay, this whole thing is a second parameter. I am string converting. I hope it is clear. Okay, for example, if you want, I can give the last example here. Okay, where you have to select the first character. So if you want to select the first character, it is B. What is other than the first character? A, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now, very simple, right? You have selected B. So here what's the I value? I value is 1. If I value is 1, I have to select this string plus this string. And how do I get this string? By telling 0 to 1. If you tell from 0 to 1, substring from 0 to I value is 1. If you tell 0 to 1 is exclusive, only the first character is given to you. Then you are telling I plus 1. What is I value? 1. What is 1 plus 1? 2. Means you are getting substring from 2. I hope this is a simple concept which you should easily understand. And this is our program. Okay. So every time, so you are calling a permutation. So whenever it gets a string, it will check is the string length 0. If string length is 0, there is no more option to select at all. All the answer is there in result. Print the result you are telling. But what if string length is not 0? Else part will run. And the else part, I have told you, I have to think like this, right? What will happen if I select the first character? What will happen if it will happen if I select the second character? What will happen if I select the third character? Means first, second, third. I have to write a loop. Okay. So I will write a loop. Inside the loop, what will happen if I select the first character? So character of I will give it the previous result inside a perm method. If I give the ith character, I will pass what is other than I. Yes or no? Means for 0th character you selected. What else you can select like this? Okay. So this is a program, and this was the explanation on the board. Let's see the code on the screen now. Guys, so we'll see the coding for that. Okay. So coding for that will be like this. Watch here. Simple program. Let's imagine I have a string S is equal to A, B, C, D. Or let's say A, B, C. What I'll do is I'll call the permu method, right? I'll call the permu method and I'll pass two things. Initial result is empty string because there is no initial result. Okay, and the number from which string you have to select that, that is nothing but the string S, from the string S. That's it. So whenever a permu method is called, right? So void static void method name is permu. Okay, whenever this method is called, first you have to check one condition, that is if s dot length is equal to 0, because if the s dot length is 0, then there is nothing else to select. And permu method accepts two parameters. First one is the string result and second is the string s. If s dot length is 0, then directly system.out.println, right, print that result. I'll tell. But since for this if condition there is only one body, I won't be writing this closing bracket like this. Okay, then what if that condition is not true? For this, if there is an else part, yes, I'll write the else part. What in the else part? Let's see, right? Okay. Imagine I have a string, right? Someone has called a method. What is that? They have passed empty string and have passed A, B, C. Per method they have called. Whenever you call this method, I have to check a condition first. Hey, is this, is this length 0? No. No means I have to select first 0. So I have to think, if I select 0, then what will happen? Or if I select the first character as the first character, then what will happen? Or if I select C as the first character, then what will happen? Three different possibilities are there. Agree? Yes. So if you select 0, and how do you select 0? Yes. See, watch here. How do you select 0? You have to select the first 0th character, that is A, you have to select. Okay, and what's the previous character? Empty string plus A is string A. If you select A, you have to get other than A. What is other than A? B, C. Or you can select the second character. Which is the second character? I equal to 1, right?
you can select B, and if you select B, what else is remaining? AC is remaining. Or you can select one more, that is you can select C, the second character. If you select C, AB is remaining. Okay. Now when you did this, there is one more possibility, because whenever you put circle, that circle should be expanded. So now if I have to call this method, how will I expand? 0 or 1, right? So out of this, I have to either select B or select C. So I have two possible options now. That is, what will happen if you select B? A is already there. If you select B, C will remain. And you know that A is already there, right? If you select the second character C, B will remain, like this. And I hope you have already understood what it is. So what I'll do is, I have to use a for loop here. Okay, what is this? Close. Okay. I have to use a for loop. Watch here. For loop where int, right? Int I should start from 0. I is less than s dot length, then I plus plus. Then what I have to call here is, I have to call a permu method. Permu method where the first part is the previous result plus s dot caret of I. Caret of I. Okay. This is the first one. What is the second parameter? Right? Other than s dot caret of I. What is other than s dot caret of I? From 0 to ith index and I plus 1th index to the end. So from the string s, I want a substring where substring from 0 to ith index plus s dot substring from I plus 1 till the end. Yes, this is what I'll tell. That's it. Let's see, I'll compile. So what's the method? Compilation. Okay, semicolon is missing. Or okay, here semicolon is missing. Okay. So no problem in compilation, and if I execute, see ABC, ACB, BAC, BCA, CAB, CBA, we got. Actually, there is a count for it. Okay, exactly how many times it will happen is nothing but 3 factorial times. Okay, 3 factorial, n factorial. What's the string length? 3, right? So 3 factorial different permutations you will get. Okay. If string length is 4, A, B, C, D, what is 4 factorial? 24 different answers will be there like this. See, 24 different answers. A, B, C, D, A, B, D, C, like this, there is 24 answers. Okay, 24 answers will be there. So this is the output. So I hope you have understood this simple program. Okay, the only way to understand completely is by practice. Okay, you have to practice. You can take this program, pause the screen, take this program. Okay, now actually what I planned was, today I'll be solving one problem which is of maze. Okay, that is a valid path available or not, that I wanted to solve today. But this is a very interesting topic and I need your complete concentration. But since you already watched one video, your concentration will be little low. That is why let me do it tomorrow. And today I'll be doing again, which is important. Okay, that is about memoization technique. I'll tell what is that. So in dynamic programming there are many concepts, and one of the concept is memoization. Okay, it is not memorization. Okay, it is not memorization. Okay, it is memoization technique. What's the meaning of this is? The meaning is, whatever you have printed the result, whatever you have found the answer, you have to remember it. Okay, you have to memorize it for the future use, like that. You have to memorize it for the future use. For example, where this is most useful is in the Fibonacci program, recursion program. Because see, I have asked what is fib of 5, right? So I'll ask, what is fib of 5? People will tell fib of 5 is nothing but fib of 4, right, plus fib of 3, right? Initially there should be something like a storage. Okay, there should be something like a storage where I am storing the result. So in this result, okay, here I am writing the key, here I am writing the value. Okay, means 5 factorial is what? 120. Yes, like this I have to write. Okay, but right now I am asking Fibonacci 5 factorial. I am asking, is 5 present here as a key? No, means I have to calculate. So fib of 4 plus fib of 3. But what is fib of 4? Fib of 4 is nothing but, okay, fib of 3 plus fib of 2. So it will calculate fib of 4. Okay, is fib 4, is it already calculated? No, for the first time 4 is coming, it is not calculated. So we are asking what? Fib of 3 plus fib of 2. So someone wants fib of 3. Actually, if I expand fib of 3, it is nothing but fib of 2 plus fib of 1. Yes, but don't expand now, because first whenever someone calls a fib method, first you have to check, is it present in the map or not. Don't you think this is a map data structure? Yes. Is it present or not in the map? Yes. 3 is not present. If it is not present, then only you expand it. Okay, then only you expand it. So here it will become fib of 2 3 if I expand, fib of 2 plus fib of 1 I will get. Now fib of 2, is it there in the map? Yes. Fib of 1 and 2, you know, I have to store it. Okay, what I have to do is I have to store fib of 2. Okay, or okay, I don't have to store 1 and 2, because when fib of 2 is a base condition, it will return 1. It will return 1. So whenever it returns 1, okay, I have to store it in the map. Okay, I got the answer for fib of 2. Answer is 1. Fib of 2 answer is 1. Okay, so it got to know what is answer for fib of 2. Answer is 1. So this method is over, and you know this will happen, right? Fib of 1, is it already there? No, it is not there in the map, so it will go for the recursion. And in fib of 1, because of the base condition, fib of 1 is 0, right? So 0th fib of 1 is 0, so fib of 1 answer is 0. It will store and it will erase. But what is 1 plus 0? 1 plus 0 is 1. So fib of 3 is what? 1. So it will store now fib of 3 is 1, like this. Okay. What is fib of 2? Now tell me, will it expand fib of 2 is nothing but fib of 1 plus fib of 0? No, because in the hash map directly fib of 2 is already available from the previous answer. So it will not expand again. So lot of saver of time. Fib of 2 is 1. Okay. Then this method is over. What is 3 plus 2? 3 plus 2 is 5. Maybe fib of 4 is 5. Okay, maybe. Or fib of 4 is 3. What is fib of 4? I have to calculate. Fib of 4 is nothing but, I think it is 2. Okay. Fib of 4 is 2. Maybe fib of 1, 2, 3 and 4. 0, 1, 1, 2. Yes, fib of 4 is 2. It will calculate like this. It will store. So this method is over. Now fib of 3 is actually fib of 2 plus fib of 1. But it will not expand, because fib of 3 is already calculated, right? It's ready in the map. So it will not expand. Where it is useful is like this. Imagine you have what? You had fib of 100 you have to calculate, right? What is fib of 100? That is fib of 99, right? Plus fib of 98, right? Now watch here. What is fib of 99? Fib of 99, right? Fib of 99 is nothing but fib of 98 plus fib of 97. Agree or not? Yes. So don't you think it will keep on expand like this, and when it comes back, right? When the control comes back, it knows what is fib of 98, it will store, right? So once it stores what is fib of 98, then we can use the same 98 answer here, because I don't have to expand again, because I already know what is fib of 98. Okay. So this is the useful of this. Okay, this is the use of this. Or else what will happen is, for everything we have to split, right? Fib of 98 is 97, 96. For 96 you have to split 95, 94. For 94 you have to split 94, 93, right? That's a problem. That's a big problem. So we should not do it like that every time. So for example, if I tell fib of let's say 8. What is fib of 8? Alright, fib of 8 is nothing but fib of 7, and we need fib of 6. But what is fib of 6? We need fib of 5, and we need fib of 4. What is fib of 5? Fib of 4, and we need fib of 3. What is fib of 4? Fib of 4 is nothing but fib of 3, and we need fib of 2. Okay, fib of 2 is a base condition. Fib of 3 is nothing but fib of 1 and fib, okay, fib of 1 and fib of 2. Okay, what is fib of 3? Fib of 3. See, don't you think I'm simply expanding this? Yes, but we know that before even the control comes here, first control will come to here. Yes, because from left to right it will go. So it will calculate fib of 7 first, and when it calculates fib of 7, what is fib of 7? Fib of 6 plus fib of 5, right? Yes, so it will calculate fib of 6. What is fib of 6? Fib of 5 and fib of 4. It will calculate fib of 5 only, because left side it will always evaluate first. Fib of 5 is nothing but fib of 4 plus fib of 3. Like this will keep on expand, and when it starts the getting answer, it knows now what is fib of 5. It knows what is fib of 5. It is already calculated. Okay. Don't you think fib of 5, it calculated fib of 4 and fib of 3? Yes or no? Fib of 5 will calculate fib of 4 and fib of 3. Don't you think fib of 4 is already calculated? That calculated value we can directly use here. Or else if I don't use it, I have to still expand. Yes, we can save that. Yes, don't you think here fib of 5 is already calculated? That calculated value, I have to use it here. Because if I don't use the previous value, if I don't memorize and use the previous value, again I have to expand 5 as 4, 3, 2, 1 and all. Yes, why to expand from the previous answer fib of 5 and I will use. And here can you see fib of 6 is there here? Yes. If I don't memorize it, again I have to calculate fib of 6. Yes, why do you calculate again? If you want the 6th Fibonacci number, I have already calculated, use it. That's why you have to use memorization technique. Okay. So if this is already done in the basic programming class, okay, this is already done in the basic programming class, that Fibonacci series. I'll do it now. Watch here. So if someone calls a fib of, okay, right, let me write the Fibonacci values. Okay, first Fibonacci number, second Fibonacci number, third Fibonacci number, fourth Fibonacci number, fifth Fibonacci number, sixth Fibonacci number, seventh, okay, seventh Fibonacci number, and eighth Fibonacci number. What are the Fibonacci numbers? First number is also 0, 1, 0 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 8 and 13 and so on. These are the Fibonacci numbers. And you know that if you want to get if you want to get the 6th Fibonacci number, that is nothing but the 5th Fibonacci number plus 4th Fibonacci number, right? So nth Fibonacci number is nothing but n minus 1th Fibonacci number and n minus 2th Fibonacci number. So if you want to 2, that's nothing but 1 plus 1, that is 4th Fibonacci number is nothing but 3rd plus 2nd. Yes, so if you want to get 4th, you need the help of these two, which means don't you think these are the important numbers? Because if you don't have these two numbers, you can't generate this number. If you can't generate this number, you can't generate any other numbers. That is why the important base condition is the first Fibonacci number is 0 and second Fibonacci number is 1. This is the base condition in a recursion. Whenever, right, someone asks, give me the first Fibonacci number, you have to return 0. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, someone is asking, right, system.out.println. Someone is asking fib of 5. Okay, someone has fib of 5. Okay, or let's say fib of 0. So I would write here, fib is a method which accepts one integer type n. Okay, fib is a method accepts an integer type n. It returns one integer, right? Yes, and it is static. Now integer type n, whatever n value it is, use base condition. Okay, if, right, if n value is equal to 1, means someone is having first Fibonacci number, then directly give the answer as 0. Okay, for this if, I would write one more if. Okay, or if n value is equal to 2, if someone is asking give me the second Fibonacci number, then directly return the value 1. Okay, directly return the value 1. But for this, if you know, if someone is asking other than this, right, then you know I have to write here else if like this. If you want, you know, it's your wish. Else part means if it is not 1 or 2, if someone is asking third Fibonacci number, yes, so then you have to return, okay, you have to return what? You have to return fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2. Okay, this is what we have to tell, fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2. Okay, yes, that's it. And this is the program which I taught you, right? Okay, so what's the problem here? Okay, let's see. Press any key to continue. Okay. Okay, I asked fib of 0, you know, fib of 0 is not possible. Okay, fib of 0 is not possible. I have to tell fib of 5. So fib of 5 is okay 8, right? Fib of 5 is 8. See, fifth Fibonacci number. Let's see here what's the problem. Let's see, fib of 5, it should have been 3, right? It is telling 8. Let's see the program. First Fibonacci number is 0. Second, if n value is equal to return 1. Else you have to return fib of n minus 1. Okay, n minus 1, yeah, n minus 2 I have to tell. Sorry. Yes, 3. The fifth Fibonacci number is 3. As you can see, the fifth Fibonacci number is what? 3. We are getting the answer. But let's see here the problem. Right? What if I ask fib of 1000? Right? It will be it is taking a lot of time. Agree? Because it has to split, do that, this, and all, and that's the problem here. Okay? It's taking a lot of time. So let's see whether will it give us the answer or not after some time. I'll pause the screen. This is the problem here. Okay, it is still calculating. So how to overcome this is by so we have to memorize it, right? We have to memorize it. That's how I'll tell. Whenever someone asks for n equal to 1, return 0. Okay, if n equal to return 1. Else I have to tell, before even splitting, first you ask one thing. What you have to ask? Hey, does your map, right, does it contains key, right? Does it contains key? Which key? N. Okay, that is, if n value was 5, does it contains key as 5? For that key is there a value? If it is there, then you have to return that, right? So if your map, if it contains the key called as n, then return that value, and how do you get the value? M dot get. You have to tell m dot get, and you have to pass a key. Yes, I want you to understand that this is all the collections topic which I already taught you. So I am checking, is there a key which is called as 5? If key is there, that key's value you get, I am telling. So I am checking, is in my hash map, is there something called as 5 and 120? Fifth Fibonacci number. Fifth is 3, right? Yes. Is fifth Fibonacci number 3 is there or not? I am checking. No, it is not there. 5 is only not there. So key is only not there. So this if condition becomes false. Then what I have to do? What I have to do is, I have to tell like this. Okay. Calculate n minus 1. I am telling. Calculate what? N minus 1th number. So like that it will calculate fib of 4 and fib of 3. Is 4 equal to 1? No. Is 4 equal to 2? No. Is 4 contained in the map? No, not there. Then calculate fib of 3 plus fib of 2. Fib of 3 is there? No. Fib of 2 is there? Yes. When fib of 2, when I am calculating fib of 2, right? Else if return 1 will happen, right? Return 1 will happen, right? Okay. Now whatever it returns, don't you think this result will give me the nth Fibonacci number? Tell me, when I get the answer, the fifth Fibonacci number is 3. When I get the answer, should I directly return the 3, or should I store the 3 and then return? Yes. Don't think whenever I get an answer, right? Whenever I get an answer, I have to store it in the map first, then I have to return. Which means, since I have to store, let me not directly return it. Okay, let me not directly return it. Let me show it in integer type val. Okay, so maybe I'll tell nth fib val. Nth fib val I'll write. Okay, so what is this variable? That is, at any given point of time, this method, right? These two methods will give you nth Fibonacci number. So I'll store it in nth fib val. Yes. So now I have the n value. For this method, I know what's the n value. For this method, I know what's the val. First to store it in the map, I will tell, okay, m dot put, because this is how to put in the map. What's the key? The key is the n, fifth Fibonacci number. What is that Fibonacci number's value? That is this one. Okay, I will store it like this. I will store nth fib val. I will store it. Now I have stored it, right? I have stored it. As soon as I store, now I have to return. So now I will return whatever I have stored. Okay, this is what we have to tell. Now I have to create a map, right? I have to create a map such that all these methods can access it. That's why let me create a static map. Let me create a static map as an class map, so that all these methods can access it. So static hash map m is equals to new hash map, where the key is of integer type, and value is also, value and key both are integer and integer. I have executed. I should have compiled first, but I think I have executed. I'll compile. Okay, so hash map is not imported. Let's import. Okay, so what happens is wrong number. Okay, yeah, hash map, it requires number of key and value pairs. So integer comma integer. Okay, and here also it is key is integer, value is integer. Okay, this is what I have to tell. Key and value are of integer and integer type. So yes, see, somewhat we get the answer. Why are you getting minus? I'll tell you. Because you are going out of the range of an integer. You are going outside the range of an integer. That's why let me write it is maybe long type. Okay, it accepts, or let it be integer, and let's take a smaller example to check whether is it working or not. Okay, fib of 5. Fib of 5 answer should be what? 3, right? See, fib of 5 is 3. It is working, right? And it is faster. And as you can see, when I tell fib of 1000, right? Now, as you can see, answer is fast, right? Don't you think answer is fast? It is wrong answer. Why? Because it is exceeding the integer range. Yes, let it exceed, but don't think it is fast. Yes. Then how to not exceed? Maybe you can put long, right? If you still want bigger number, you can use big integer, which I taught you already. You can use big integer, which will make it unlimited number of length of string. Okay, so that's the way. Now let me trace it and let me show you what is happening here. Okay, what is happening here. Okay, so this is the method, right? I will copy this. Okay. So imagine I had called what? I have called fib of 5. Okay, I have called fib of 5. Initially, what is there in my map? Initially in my map, right? What is there? This is the key, this is the value. Nothing is there. Okay. Whenever I call fib of 5, what will happen? Whenever I call fib of 5, it will check is okay. If I call fib of 5, this method, right? In this method, what is the n value? Don't think n value is 5 because I call fib of 5. N value is 5. So is 5 equal to 1? No. Is 5 equal to 2? No. Then else part will check. Okay, last part. Does your map, does it contain 5? N value is 5. Tell me, does your map, does it contain the key as 5? No. So for this, if no, means what? It will come to this part. It will come to this part, where it will first tell fib of n minus 1. So you are telling nth fib val is nothing but you are telling nth fib val is nothing but fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2. Fib of 4 plus fib of 3 you are telling. So don't you think first fib of 4 activation record will open? Yes. Okay. So fib of 4 activation record will open. So this will open fib of 4 activation record. Okay, this will open what? Fib of 4 activation record. So I will open fib of 4 activation record. Okay. In this fib of 4 activation record, what's the n value? N value is 4. And it will check now. Is 4 equal to 1? No. 4 equal to 2? No. Does your map contains key value 4? No, nothing it contains right now. So return. Okay, it doesn't contain, so it will come to this. Again here there is a separate nth fib val, separate variable is there, where if you want fourth Fibonacci number, it is nothing but fib of 3 plus fib of 2. But you know that this fib of 3 is called, yes, this fib of 3, what will it do? It will call fib of 3 method. It will call fib of 3 method. Watch here how fast it is. Fib of 3, what is this? N value is 3 now, right? Okay. The nth is 3 equal to 1? Is 3 equal to 0? Is 3 equal to 2? No. So nth fib val is nothing but fib of 2 plus fib of 1. Now don't you think, let me write the hash map here, okay? Because right now the hash map is what? Empty. Key and value is empty. This fib of 2 activation record will open, right? This activation record, it will open one more activation record here like this, where n value is 2 now. Because n value is 2, is n equal to 1? No. Is n equal to 2? Yes. Yes will happen. Yes means what you are doing? We are returning 1. 1 is returned. Where 1 is returned? Right? Where 1 is returned? So here you have, because n value is equal to 2, directly you are returning what? You are returning 1. So this activation record is erased and returned 1 will go and sit here. Will go and sit here. Return value 1 will go and sit here. Fib of 3 is nothing, fib of 2 plus fib of 1. You are calculating, since this method is over, you will call the fib of 1 method. So fib of 1 method activation record will open. Fib of 1 activation record will open. Fib of 1 when it opens, here what is the n value? For this activation record, n value is 1. When n value is 1, it will check, is 1 equal to 1? Yes, you are returning 0. So now don't you think, here return 0 will happen? Yes, return 0 will happen, which means this activation record is erased and 0 value will be placed here. 0 value will be placed. Now don't you think your nth Fibonacci number will contain 1 plus 0? Yes. What is 1 plus 0? 1 plus 0 is 1. In the previous program you directly return the 1, but now you have to store it in the map. You got the Fibonacci answer for 3? Yes. For 3, what is the Fibonacci number? 1, right? So I have to tell for n value 3, Fibonacci number is 1. You have to store it. That's why I am telling in the next line, in the m dot map, you have to put something. What you have to put? For the key value n, the value is 1. That is nothing but NFV, right? That's why I am telling. As soon as you get it from this, you store it in the map. As soon as you store it in the map, you return whatever you got. I am telling return what? See here, return NFV. I am telling. What is NFV? 1. So you are telling return 1. 1 is gone back. Where it is gone? N will be deleted from here. N will be deleted from here. Okay, n will be deleted from here. Right? That is 1. Don't think that 1 will come and sit here. Yes. Return value 1 will come and sit. Now fib of 2, fib of 2 activation record will open like this. Fib of 2. Is this, what is n value here? N value is 2, right? N value is 2. So, is n equal to 1? No. Is n equal to 2? Yes, you are returning 1. Okay. So, return 1 will happen. So, this activation record is erased and is returned where? From where it was called? It was called from here. 1 will go. What is 1 plus 1? 2. So, 1 plus 1 is 2. Right? Now you got to know when n value is 4, the Fibonacci number is 2. First you store it in the map, then you return. Okay, why store? Because in the future I need it. Watch it. So I'm telling, for in the map, you put the value. For the key value n, put the value NFV. I'm telling. So what is the n value now? N value is 4. Right? What is NFV value? NFV value is 2. You got to know the fourth Fibonacci number is 2. Okay. And you are returning that NFV. So you are returning that 2. So this everything is deleted from here and the 2 is returned from where it was called. Okay. 2 was called from here. Yes. So 2 will come and sit here. Now, when it comes to this, right? When it comes to this, watch here what happens. When the control comes here, you are calling fib of 3. So fib of 3 activation record will open. What is the n value? N value is 3. So I will compare. Is 3 equal to 1? No. Is 3 equal to 2? No. Else. Does your map, does it contain 3? Now you think and tell me, does your map, does it contain 3 as a key? Yes, it contains. Yes or no? If it contains, what you are telling? Return m dot get of n. So you are returning what? M dot get of n. You are telling in the map, get me the value of the key 3. What is that? 1. So you are returning what? 1. So 1 is returned here. And what is 2 plus 1? 3. Okay. 3. That 3 is NFV. So fifth Fibonacci number is 3 is stored first. After that you are returning. After that you are returning that 3. That 3 is going to the main method like this. I hope you have understood, right? As you can see, for Fibonacci number 3, we have not expanded, right? I didn't tell fib of 2 plus fib of 1 at all. Fib of 3 I directly told because previously already I have calculated that. So I am using that value only. That's why it is very fast. I hope you have understood the activation record, and this is the code for it. This is the code for it. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. Let's imagine that I want to store little long type data. So don't you think this is not long, right? This is not long. This is integer only. The key will be integer only, given the fifth Fibonacci number. Number 5 is small, but the result of that can be large. Yes or no? For example, right here, if you notice, what is the ninth Fibonacci number? Ninth Fibonacci number is 21, right? So ninth Fibonacci number, the n value can be small, but the result can be large. So the value can be long type, I will tell. It is not integer type. It can be what type? Long type. Yes, it can be long type, and here also it can be long type, I will tell. Okay. L should be in uppercase because it's a class there. Okay. That's what I will tell. And here n value whatever is going to accept, right? N value whatever is going to accept. it is of integer only, but here I'm going to write long type. It returns long type. Return 0 is a long, okay, long, okay, whatever value it is going to contain, I'm going to show it in long type data. Yes, so now maybe if I tell, maybe I might get, see, I got the 1000 Fibonacci number. Okay, this is the answer. But if you want, what if you want 10,000 Fibonacci number, right? What if you want something like this? Okay, maybe I don't know if it will hold in long. If it doesn't hold in long, then you have to use what? Big integer. Okay, maybe, right? Yes. So this is the problem. Okay, this is the problem. Okay. So so definitely the number of method calls is very less here. Okay, the number of method calls is very less. So how do I get to know the number of method calls is less? What I'll do is I'll create a static variable that whenever this fib, right, whenever fib method is called, what I'll do is I will tell count plus plus. I want to know how many times this method is called, so count plus plus. So what I'll do is I'll make that as a static c, static count, static integer c is equals to 0. I'll tell initially count is 0. Whenever don't you think method is called, c plus plus will happen? Yes, c plus plus will happen. Whenever a method is called, c plus plus will happen. And after this I will print system.out.println. What's the value of c? I want to know, means how many times fib method is called. Println. Okay, for n value 1000, how many times the fib method is called using the efficient way, right? Using the efficient way, how many times? 199.7 times it is called using the efficient way. If I didn't use efficient way, right, then what? Let's see. I'll go without hash map, right? I'll go without hash map. But before that, I want you to take, take the notes of this. Okay, take the notes of this. Pause the screen, take the notes. But while you're taking notes, don't write static int c equals 0. Don't write c plus plus. Okay, fine. Okay, now, right, if I undo for the basic method, right, simple value, fib of 5, yes, here for 5 fib of 5 is 3, but how many times method is called? C plus plus I will tell, and here how I printed that, I will be printing c, where c has to work for all the methods, so it should be static int c equals to 0. For n value 1000, I have to see what is the case. There it was 1997, here it might be, okay, so it will not calculate, right, because it is very long. Let's go for 100. For 100, how many times it will call? Okay, so, but definitely it is more number of times, I don't have to do it. It will be a very long number. It's not able to find the answer yet. So, okay. So I hope you understood about memoization technique. Okay. So for today's class, that's it. Okay. In tomorrow's class, right? In tomorrow's class, we will see this question. We'll see this question. Okay. Where it is very interesting. This question is very interesting. Okay. See, from this top left to bottom right, is there any path? Yes. Can you see that? If I follow here, and from here I can't go right, but I have to come down. I have to go right, I have to come down, and I have to go right. I can reach. So yes, there is a path, you have to tell. But if there is something like this, no, there is no path, because from here to here I can come. I can come till here, but here there is no connection for other one. So answer is no. So this we have to see. Okay, that's the first program for tomorrow. Then after that, we are also going to see if path is there, then how many paths are there. So the first path is yes, like this, and there is only one path, right? There is only one path. There is only one path. If there is a second path and the rat can move only in the right direction or down direction, it can't move up and down, only in the right and down. So does how many path does it have? Yes, rat can reach, and in how many ways? I'll tell you. It can come down here, and it can go right. Yes, one way, and the second way is it can come like this. Yes, and it can come here, two ways. So in two ways you can reach. So like this, we have to print the answer also. This is what we'll see in tomorrow's class. Okay, so prepare for the recursion, right? Practice these two programs, and then you will be able to understand tomorrow's topic. Tomorrow's topic is actually very easy. Okay, if you have already attended my spiral number pattern class, where I told spiral, right calls right method, right calls right method, then this will be easy for you actually. So that's what I'm telling. See, many people have directly attended this advanced programming class. If such is the case, please watch the basic programming first, then only you can understand this. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.